Desperate to find a way to save all 5 children, the woman melted the 5 keys together in the furnace to create a single key, hoping it would unlock all 5 doors. Of course, it did not work that way. Now her key opened none of the doors. Rather than leaving her room with a key to 1 life, she had taken with her the key to 5 deaths.
Molten MCI is a theory that's mostly accepted within the FNAF theorizing community. If you didn't know, the theory goes that the FNAF Free Follow Me minigames show William Afton taking apart the original 5 animatronics and melting down their endoskeletons to extract remnant and put them into the fun times. He then gets cornered in the safe room by the spirits of the missing children and puts on the spring bunny suit, laughs, and then gets spring-locked in that order. Now, there are many problems that need to be answered about this minigame, like how did William Afton put the remnant into the fun times between dismantling Foxy and getting spring-locked? Also, are these supposed to be the Wizards or the Classics, since Classic Freddy doesn't have a button? But we'll be ignoring that for now, because there's one thing that particularly interests me. We never see Golden Freddy getting taken apart. In the 5th minigame, we start off playing as the spirit of presumably Golden Freddy, since these 4 spirits are probably Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, and the 5 MCI victims are usually lumped together. So then what really happened? Well, hang on, let's go back a bit. Where did we even get the idea for Molten MCI from? Candy Cadet's stories about 5 things becoming 1, which would make sense. The 5 MCI victims become 1 Funtime animatron. No, they didn't. There was 4 Funtime animatronics. And yes, they later merged together to become Ennard, but let's count really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 7 if you believe in Golden Duo. The numbers don't add up, and I think I know why. Golden Freddy was never taken apart, and so neither Cassidy nor Dave is in Ennard or Molten Freddy. The 5 things that turn into 1 are Gabriel, Jeremy, Susie, Fritz, and Elizabeth. Not Cassidy nor Dave. There's no room for them. So then, where is Golden Freddy? It's not like he just disappears. He's one of the most important characters in the series, more so than even Freddy Fazbear himself. But we somehow never see him even once in the Follow Me minigames. We see the other classics on stage when we're playing as Freddy, but not Golden Freddy. Not even slumped over and teleporting around like in the FNAF 2 Save Them minigame. Unless Shadow Freddy is actually supposed to be Golden Freddy. However, Golden Freddy can't stand up because he's a Springlock suit, stuck in suit mode, just like Spring Bonnie until, well. So then I thought of something. There is one instance where you can see Golden Freddy standing up. The dream sequences. In FNAF 2, before you start each night, a cutscene plays where you're in the FNAF 1 location, in the perspective of Freddy. In the first cutscene, nothing happens. In the second cutscene, Bonnie and Chica are staring at you. But then in the third cutscene, Golden Freddy is staring at you. And finally, in the fourth cutscene, the puppet replaces Golden Freddy. This was probably to show us that the puppet was in the FNAF 1 location. Except there's a big problem with that. The toys were scrapped after FNAF 2. I think that, in order to prevent being scrapped, the puppet hid inside of Golden Freddy and was brought along to the FNAF 1 location. Another FNAF YouTuber, Freddy, made a video about the theory that the puppet is Shadow Freddy as well, which you should absolutely check out. The proof is that Scott has said that he uses future games to clarify the story in previous games. In FNAF 6, the puppet is inside of Lefty, who is clearly meant to be a shadowy version of Rockstar Freddy. It also parallels Candy Cadet's story about a woman who wanted to save 5 children, and melted 5 keys together to try and open all of the doors, but it doesn't work. The puppet tried to free the 5 MCI victims by killing William Afton in the safe room, but in the end, she couldn't save any of them, because William put their remnant into the fun times, And even after getting spring-locked, he still lived on. Now, 4 out of 5 of the MCI victims were stuck in the fun times. The puppet had failed to do the one thing that they were made to do, to save the children. All they could do now was to stay with the only one left, Golden Freddy. No matter who you believe is the vengeful spirit, they're in there, and they're angrier than ever. Some nostalgic fans of Freddy's decide to open a horror attraction, but all the animatronics were destroyed, except Spring Bonnie. But oh no, they weren't gonna let William get away this easily. So they followed the crew to Fazbear's Frights, where William Afton woke up again. To add to this, I think that this is supposed to be Golden Freddy, and that this is supposed to be the puppet. And after the FNAF Free Fire, Henry used the crumpled Golden Freddy suit to make Lefty. Remember, he's still a Springlock suit. Meanwhile, the puppet escaped the wreckage of Fazbear's Frights, only to get trapped inside Lefty, which was the very suit he used to hide in while trying to avoid getting scrapped all those years ago. So, that's my take on Follow Me and Molten MCI. I think that this theory fixes a lot of issues I had with the original one, and moreover also solves the identity of Shadow Freddy, and also explains where the puppet was between FNAF 2 and FFPS. But of course, that's just a theory. A game theory. No, it doesn't work when I say it. Anyway, do you agree with this theory? If not, then let me know down below. There may have been stuff that I missed, and I might make a follow-up theory. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.